Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing the January pages from my One Little Word. I have signed up to Ali Edwards' class again this year. I didn't actually sign up last year, but I completed the prompts from the class from the year before. So this is the 4th year that I've done One Little Word, and to be totally frank, I think this is the first year where I haven't felt like the word is too personal. So I feel like I would be able to share quite a lot of the processes in this. We'll have to see as we go along, because when we're talking about the concept of One Little Word and choosing your word and thinking about how it works for you, I think it can be quite a personal process. So but I feel comfortable sharing this one. I've not felt comfortable sharing many of the others. So I started with the word cultivate, and then second year I had sparkle. Last year I had home, which was a bit vague, but it was about kind of preparing for the house. So even though, I don't know, maybe they're not that personal, they felt personal, they felt there were quite big challenges that I wanted to overcome, things that I needed to do, maybe related to money or, I don't know, or all kinds of things, health and fitness and that sort of thing. So I didn't feel comfortable sharing them. But this word that I've chosen for year 4 is wholesome. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of share with you some of the steps that I took in this January process, and I kind of went down a little colour scheme for this of a kind of orange, yellow, green for this January one. I don't tend to stick to anything. I see what I feel like in the month. So there might be a kind of general running theme, but otherwise I'll just say I did not buy the kit. So I know I never have bought the kit. So I did buy some of the stamp sets when I first started. So I bought these messy circle stamps, and what I'm doing on the intentions page is just making like a spider diagram. So I've got one little word stamped in the centre, and I've stamped move forward, take action, in progress, and then I've popped yes I can at the top, and all of those come out of that Ali Edwards messy excuse me, I'm losing my voice, messy circles one little word set. So here off camera I've just added the journaling, but I'm just going to read some of it. So for this word I wanted to work hard, maintain a healthy work-life balance, be a better teacher, save more, spend less, read lots, walk, craft, be more creative. I wanted to do a bit more exercise, to meditate, carry on eating healthy. A big one for me that came off of the take action was to be cruelty free, or like use vegan beauty products. So I'm starting to replace things that I'm using up with things that I know for sure from my research are cruelty free or vegan. Reduce my waste, try more veggie and vegan food. So we already have one of each meal in the week, and then meat. We're probably never going to go full vegetarian, but we do want to be more conscious. I want to find and use some refill stores so I can start refilling on pasta and rice and reducing our plastic waste. And buy more local produce and start upcycling things, which I have been kind of doing, and I'm trying not to buy too much brand new stuff. So like the furniture in our house is not brand new. The in progress bit, I did decorate the house, do lots of DIYs, and get out in the garden, feed the birds, grow veg, and make a herb garden. So I felt like everything that I wanted to achieve this year is much more about kind of enjoying where we are at the moment, and about being very wholesome, I suppose. So I used some tiny letter stickers to spell out the word wholesome, and then I added a Studio Calico little rubber star to the top of that one word card. And the quote that you can see in the bottom corner there says, "Abandon negativity whatsoever, abide in deeds that are wholesome, perfectly conquer one's own mind. This is the teaching of the Buddha." So that was the quote that I went for, and I just added a little in progress stamp. And I don't know if I've added it yet, but I'm going to add a little puffy flower sticker as well, which I think is what I'm going to do now. And I took out a little label tab, which I got in a set of like labels, but I don't remember who the set is by. I've had it for years, and I've just attached that to a picture that I took that day of myself. So sitting on my kitchen counter with a little view of my kitchen in the background, the kitchen that I love. you can fit more than 2 people in it. Woohoo! Which is a dream for us. So yeah, I'm just adding to that label January 2020. And as per usual with any kind of project life thingy, I always end up kind of fanning around with things for ages, like fiddling about and taking things in and out of pockets and kind of trying to decide what I'm going to do. But I just stapled the January 2020 label on. And then what am I going to do? Oh yeah, and I had this card. I've been trying, where we moved, I've talked about this before, I've like noticed all the stuff that I had and I downsized a load of things. Anyway, I had some Project Life cards and I found all of the yellow Project Life cards and green ones that I really liked, and this is from a really, really, really old set. And I just bought partial sets of Project Life cards off eBay because it was really cheap, like £5, and I got like 50 cards, and they were from all different sets, so I didn't have to like commit to any one, because having like a ridiculous amount of one particular set was just never really going to work for me. But and it says simple and real on it. And then I wanted to round the corners, so I got out what I thought was actually I wasn't paying attention. Basically, I got out a punch board and I thought it was the, oh god, which one did I think it was? I've got a couple of them. Oh, the tab punch board, maybe the is it tab? File folder punch board. And I know it had a corner rounder on it, but I actually got the alphabet one out. So the corners are so round that I just rounded the card and the photo, so they're really, really rounded. But I don't care. The rest of them, I prefer straight corners, not rounded. But if they're backed on each other, I can't handle that the corners are different. So then I decided to add a little shaker pocket with some sequins in my colour scheme. So I had to go through my sequin sets and just pick out the colours. So I did kind of cut that out. But, excuse me. But yeah, these sequins come from all over the place. Really, really cheap places. I bought a whole load of sequins from Amazon, I think it was. And then lots of them come from the range, and then there are some like Spiegel Mum Scraps ones that I got in Wild Hair kits, so quite a mixture. And I'm just picking out any sequins that are green, any that are orange, any that are yellow or gold, I suppose. And I'm just popping those in. I love the storage of these, which are these screw top storage. And then I'm adding these ones, which I think might be Heidi. No. Yeah, I think they're Heidi Swap ones. And they're acetate, like little acetate pieces. They're really cool. So there's quite a lot of different textures. So there's little solid orange confetti sort of shaped ones. There's little sequins. There's acetate pieces. There's shaped sequins. And then I'm just pouring in some of these tiny sequins as well that I had in little tubes. So I've added some tiny gold sequins. And then this one's going to be tiny little yellow sequins, which are like little yellow flowers. They're so cute. And then I think I add a couple of green ones as well. So this one is little green hearts. And finally, I'm going to add a darker green, little, like tiny little sequins. So, and I love this shaker mix. It's so cute. I need to do it more, I think. I'm always scared is the wrong word, but the kind of see-through elements, you know, when people use acetate and stuff, I worry about like the other side, but with a sequin mix you really don't have to worry about it. And then I'm just using my what is that even called, my sealer thingy, the We Are Memory Keepers fuse tool, and I'm just fusing the top of the pocket. I made sure it was really hot before I started, because otherwise, yeah, it just turns into a nightmare, and you just burn through it. And then I'm using some ink here to just stamp on these stickers. These little label stickers, like tab stickers, were really cheap, and I got them off Amazon if you're in the UK. I did get hold of some of the ones that Ali Edwards uses, but they're really expensive to get here, but I guess because they're not made here. So I didn't want to use them just to depict months, so I've literally just stamped Jan 2020 on there, and then on the back side I've put a little sticker that says start over, and that is nearly done. nearly done, but here I'm just trying to work out what I'm going to embellish on the year ahead. So I'm just going to tell you the like more or less bits on here. So the more or less was less buying, more growing, less spending, more making, doing, living, less TV, more reading, walking, baking, music, less wanting, more gratitude and appreciation, less looking forward, more in the now, always more love and enjoyment in the everyday. So I want to kind of like focus on the things that we have, enjoy those, and yeah, just enjoy living here and achieving a goal that we've worked for so long. So I chose a little acetate pieces from a Heidi Swap set, and this one says love you, and I also added a vellum arrow at the bottom. So I'm just using a glue dot to stick the love you circle piece down, but it was like the perfect colour to go with the scheme for January. It's of quite a graphic scheme, which maybe doesn't fit with the word wholesome, but I don't know, just feeling the vibe, so I went with it. And then I'm using some red line tape just to stick the vellum piece down, just because it's really see-through, I think. And that brings me to the end of the layout, so I hope you enjoyed this video. There'll be more of these coming up, and I'll see you in my next one. Thanks for watching, bye!